Hello again. So this video is going to be very short, but I'm going to give a few words about why I think HBCUs should be teaching mainframe technology in their technology programs, in their both computer science departments and colleges of business. Now, all schools should be teaching mainframe. But mainframe's a niche, so all schools probably aren't going to teach the technology. For a variety of reasons. One of them is, take a big school like NC State. They got 35,000 students. They've got excellent technology. They got excellent engineering programs, excellent computer science programs. They don't need to teach mainframe. I'm not picking on NC State. They don't need to teach it. Their students are getting jobs. If you get a computer science degree from NC State, everybody wants to hire you. That's a good thing. The HBCUs struggle. Right? HBCUs are usually not funded nearly as well. I'll give you an example. The endowment of NC State is $3.5 billion. Okay, $3.5 billion. The endowment of North Carolina A&T is less than $100 million. A&T is a great school, but $100 million is nowhere near. It's orders of magnitude less than $3.5 billion. So gives you an idea. And A&T is the top of the food chain when it comes to HBCUs. For those of you that don't know, HBCUs are historically Black colleges and universities. A lot of people don't even know that. I'm surprised. This is not the video for history. I'm trying to keep the glare off my glasses without still being able to see. A lot of people aren't aware of the existence of HBCUs, and this is not the video for that history. But at some point in time, I'll bring you guys up to speed on why we have HBCUs and the Second Moral Act, et cetera, et cetera. But they're usually underfunded. Now, I know HBCUs where kids are coming out of those, and I refer to students as kids. I mean, some of them in 45, but everybody's a kid to me. So if you're only 50, you're a kid to me. So I don't mean any disrespect. But students are leaving those programs, nobody getting hired. I'll give you an example. There's one public HBCU that I work with. It had a really nice sounding program. I think it was networking technology or something like that. The name sounded like the students coming out of the program knew some things, but they didn't. They didn't have a programming course. It was a STEM program without a programming course. So the kids did not know how to write a line of code unless they learned it on their own. And I know one student in particular left there with a 3.4 GPA, and he was parking cars at a casino. And after getting 2 degrees there, he got a degree in this program, and he went back and borrowed more money and got a master's degree in computer science, still couldn't get hired. I'm not gonna name the school. They're not an outlier. That's typical. Another school, different school, from the College of Business, they have a business information systems program, right? Business information systems. I think everybody's coming out of there is going to get sucked up by industry. I know one year in particular, we did some research. One year, I think they had 15 graduates. Not one got a job in IT. Not one. Why? Because they didn't have a programming course. For some reason, these are STEM programs, but they don't teach kids to write code. It doesn't make sense to me. Python is easy. Mainframe is out there. There's a language called Rex. I teach Rex. Rex is simple. It's a simple program. Simple. Right? I teach COBOL. COBOL is a simple language. If you get somebody to explain the mechanics of what's going on behind the scenes, on the mainframe side, the syntax of COBOL itself is very explicit. COBOL was designed to be for non-technical people. It wasn't designed for computer science. Well, when COBOL was designed, there's no such thing as computer science anyway. But it wasn't designed for scientists. It was designed for business people. And it tells you what it does, right? Unlike more cryptic languages like C that technical people have no problem with, Java, et cetera, et cetera. But these programs, they just don't. They're detached from the skills that industry needs. And all HBCUs aren't created equal. Like I say, A&T is the top of the food chain. And if you come from A&T with a pretty decent GPA, your chances of getting a job are good. But the probability you're going to make more money leaving there with a mainframe job are better. Our students had some of the highest average starting salaries on campus. At one point in time, I think the mainframe people now, not all the jobs, but the mainframe jobs, they were averaging like $85,000 a year. This was a couple of years ago when I was there. So mainframe's a good gig. And the HBCUs really need a more level playing field, which mainframe provides, right? Because they don't have the staff. I worked in a department one time with 440 students, not one TA, not one teaching assistant. Crazy, stuff like that. I had 55 people in one section in a graduate course. Crazy, right? But those are the economics of HBCUs. And I'm not criticizing for doing the best they can, but somebody at these schools should recognize that mainframe is an ideal place for them to be in. Ideal, right? I mean, the playing field is perfectly level. Nobody knows JCL. Kids at MIT don't know JCL. They don't care about JCL or TSO or ISPF. They don't care about that stuff. But mainframe's going to be around. I mean, you mainframe people, and hopefully most of my audience is going to be, mainframe people. But mainframe's going to be around because there's no way on the horizon to do the work that needs to be done cost effectively other than mainframe. So the banks, insurance companies, large governmental agencies, large retailers, when they have to process hundreds of thousands of transactions a second, 24/7, mainframe is the only thing that's going to do that with any type of feasibility, financial feasibility. So I'm a little disappointed that more HBCUs don't grab this opportunity. And I'm available. I'm available. I'm easy to find. I'm on LinkedIn. So any HBCU administrator out there that wants to talk about, and you don't have to pay for infrastructure, you don't have to pay for software. All you have to have is an instructor that knows this, understands this stuff, and wants to teach and is passionate about teaching it. And I'm not the only person that fits that bill, but I do fit that bill, and I'm pretty good at it. But I'm not the only one. And this is not a sales pitch. This is a sales pitch. This is a sales pitch for the technology. It's not a sales pitch for me. Because I used to ask my students. The last couple of years I was an academic, and I would have 30, 40 students in the class, and I'd ask all of them in person. I'd ask them 2 questions. Question 1, how many of y'all borrowed money? Every hand would go up. Everybody got debt. Every hand would go up. Right. Second question, has anybody on this campus sat down and had a 5 to 10 minute conversation with you about how you plan to pay this money back? I never had an answer to the affirmative. And to me, that's immoral for us to be doing that. That's immoral. And it got me in a lot of trouble with administration, no doubt. I'm unemployed now, but I don't mind. I wouldn't have done it any different. I wouldn't have done it any different because we owe the young folks better than this. We owe them better than putting them in $1.5 trillion of debt, and it's much worse for the African American community. I saw a study from a think tank. I think I'll get the name of the think tank and I'll post it on LinkedIn because I like to, when somebody cites a study, I like to know where the study came from. And I'll share that reference on LinkedIn. But they looked 12 years after graduation, white males had paid 28% of their loans back. No, 44% of their loans back of the money that they owed. White males had paid 44% of it, 12 years after graduation. White females, 28% of the loans back. Right? African American females owed 13% more. Owed more money 12 years later than they did when they graduated. African American males, 8% more. It doesn't make sense. And, there's nobody that's ever taken a class from me that can say that I didn't give them a way to pay that money back. I didn't show them clearly, look, this is what you can do to pay your money back. Now, they all didn't pursue mainframe. Some of them, most of them got jobs. All of them didn't get jobs in mainframe. A lot of them did. I would say most of them got jobs in mainframe. But the ones that got jobs in mainframe could pay the money back because the starting salary was such that, and I would preach them over and over again. Your number one task after feeding your family when you leave here is paying off your student loan. That's your number one objective, paying back your student loan. And so for HBCUs to just completely be blind to this opportunity for their students, to me, it's a travesty. It's a travesty. And I'll end there. There's more to come. Thanks for viewing. See you next time.